Good evening and welcome to the News 24 English Bulletin. This is Tamima Islam. Those were the headlines, now the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said that not only Bangladesh but the developed countries have fallen into an economic downtrend due to the Russia-Ukraine war. The Prime Minister made the remarks at a meeting with the country's top exporters and importers. She emphasized the increase in agricultural production. The Premier said not a single inch of land would be kept non-arable. She also urged the country's people to be economical to cope with the situation. The Chinese ambassador in Dhaka, Li Jimeng, claimed that there was no loan trap for Bangladesh. The economy of Bangladesh is stronger than that of Sri Lanka. Li Jimeng made the claim in the Diplomatic Correspondence of Bangladesh DCAB talk at the National Press Club on Wednesday. The ambassador claimed that China wants to establish the largest Chinese industry in Bangladesh. China is working in this regard. He also said that the coal power plant in China uses modern technologies and has no environmental hazards. The Chinese envoy said Dhaka and Beijing are working on renewable energy. He also claimed that China wants the repatriation of Rohingyas. He said it is not possible to repatriate the Rohingya to Myanmar without their consent, though how much international pressure is being created.
Now you see that there is still a small-scale conflicts between different military groups with the government armed forces. And some of the artillery shells has been exploding in this side of the border and caused some border tensions between Myanmar and Bangladesh.
Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen said that the Western sanctions on the Ukraine-Russia war pulled Bangladesh into danger. The foreign minister made the remarks at the United Nations Day celebration at the National Press Club this morning. He urged the Western nations to lift the sanctions. Momen said there is no democracy in the Security Council of the United Nations. Sometimes many countries take decisions by avoiding the UN. Smaller countries like Bangladesh are in danger of that. The foreign minister also said that Bangladesh has no profile on the genocide in the Liberation War. Bangladesh is working in this regard. Momen said once the report is prepared, Bangladesh will seek justice from the international community for the genocide in the War of Liberation in 1971. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal said the price of commodities cannot be controlled due to the Ukraine-Russia war. Kamal made the remarks at a function at Tejgaon Girls College in the capital in the afternoon. He said Ukraine and Russia are termed as the basket of food. Due to the war between the two countries, the prices of commodities have increased. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is working in this regard. The Home Minister hopes that the situation may return to normal by December. Referring to the BNP, he said the political parties would have to step into power by election through a democratic process. Awami League General Secretary Ubaidul Qadir urged the BNP to step into the election field, refraining from the thought that India would let them sit in power. Qadir made the statement at Khilgaon Model College ground of the Dhaka Metropolitan Awami League Council. He claims that there will be no change to the constitution. He also mocked the BNP, saying that it has no shame as it has turned into a complaining party, lodging complaints at home and abroad. The BNP is holding rallies across the country with the aim of ousting the government movement, said Standing Committee member Amir Khosru Mahmud Chaudhry. Khosru made the claim at the first founding anniversary of Gano Adhikar Porishod in the capital on Wednesday. He said the BNP is approaching a certain target. He stated that political leaders no longer have the opportunity to make decisive decisions as they once did. He said the people are observing who is with them and who is not. It is an acid test for politicians. He also said that there was no scope for politicians to change their attitude. The High Court has given Bangladesh Financial Intelligence Unit (BFIU) 3 months to sign mutual legal assistance pacts with 10 countries for obtaining information and proof required to recover black money stashed abroad. The High Court bench of Justices Nozrul Islam Talukdar and Khijir Hayat passed the order on Wednesday. In a report submitted to the court on Tuesday, BFIU said that they had advised the Financial Institutions Division to sign an agreement with at least 10 countries to get the necessary help in backing the laundered money from abroad. The countries are the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore, Australia, Malaysia, the United Arab Emirates, Switzerland, Thailand, Hong Kong, and China. Several casualties were reported at the Shandip Channel in Mirsarai of Chattogram on the Bay of Bengal due to a dredger sinking by cyclone Sitrang. Deceased families are lamenting losing their dear ones. The rescuers are recovering dead bodies one after another. The rescue effort is being coordinated by firefighters, the Coast Guard, and the local administration. Farooq Hussain has the details with Noyon Barua Joy.
Cyclone Sitrang devastated the coastal region of Mirsarai in Chattogram. The sand-lifting dredgers sank due to heavy wind. Several people died. The deceased family members are lamenting on the shore. Local administration, along with the Coast Guard and firefighters, started a rescue drive on Tuesday morning. The Upazila executive officer said that a rescue boat was sent to evacuate the dredger workers 3 times. One of the 9 came on board, but the 8 others remain on the dredger.
We are trying to rescue the decayed bodies. We are waiting for a tide. Once we get sufficient opportunity, we will rescue the rest of them.
The fire service said the dredger sank due to heavy tidal waves. Meanwhile, the deceased family members accused the owner of the dredger of failing to save the lives of the dear ones.
I
am looking for my older brother. I want my brother to return home.
8 of the deceased workers lived in Jhalokati of Sadar Upazila in Patuakhali. Farooq Hussain, News 24.
International Energy Agency IEA said tightening markets for liquefied natural gas worldwide and major oil producers cutting supply have put the world in the middle of the first truly global energy crisis. IEA Executive Director Faith Birol said this during the Singapore International Energy Week. He said rising imports of LNG to Europe amid the Ukraine crisis and a potential rebound in Chinese appetite for the fuel will tighten the market as only 20 billion cubic meters of new LNG capacity will come to market next year. He said soaring global prices across a number of energy sources, including oil, natural gas and coal, are hammering consumers at the same time they are already dealing with rising food and services inflation. The victory against the Netherlands boosted the confidence of Bangladesh. Bangladesh felt a positive vibe before their second game of the T20 World Cup against South Africa at the Sydney Cricket Grounds. Bangladesh captain Shakib Al Hasan hoped that the positive vibe would inspire every player on the team and someone would emerge as the hero by playing a major role like fast bowler Taskin did in the first game against the Netherlands. Shakib believes his team has a slight advantage going into the match against South Africa, who are currently under pressure to make the T20 World semi-finals after sharing points with Zimbabwe. Shakib said the Proteas now know that a win against Bangladesh is mandatory, which may put mental pressure on them. That's all from the newsroom today. Thank you for watching News 24. Please stay with us.